Welcome to another video from DowerChin.com. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Nintendo 3DS. My son picked one up this weekend and here it is. He picked up the black one. He actually didn't like the blue one, so here it is. So, in all its glory. Now the first thing I noticed about this machine is once you turn it on, it takes a bit to start up. There, now it's finally started up. Now, of course, the first observation is the size of the device. As you can see, it's about the same size actually as a regular DS Lite. So this is my old DS Lite. I'll just turn this on so you can see the screen light up. So you see side by side wise, they are very similar. Now, of course, I activated the camera on this guy. At the home screen real quick. Alright, so the bottom screen is actually the same size. Of course, the 3D screen on top is just a bit wider than the standard DS screen. Now, this also pales in comparison, obviously, to the iXL. So let's get this off the screen here. Turn that one off, and here is the XL. Now, as you can see with the XL is quite a bit larger. I actually prefer the XL, and if I were to spend the money on an XL on a game system, the XL definitely would be on the top of the list because having two gigantic screens makes a huge difference in playing games. So now the performance of this one, I've heard rumor that playing non-3DS games actually is slower on the 3DS, and so I'm going to take a look and make sure that, and just as a comparison here, I'm going to launch both of them. And you can see this one's already started loading. The title screen's come up already. This one has now just finally started. So it took quite a while for this one to come on up. But once it got going, it was fine. But you know, I'm already watching the intro video of this one already. Alright, so look at that. That's prompted me before dropping me back to the home screen. Alright, so what else is so different about the machines? Well, let's see, let's close this down. Let's bring back the good old DS Lite. Let's do a comparison here. Now, let's see. Obviously, DS Lite had no SD card slot. Got on the side of this guy right here, the SD card slot, and a volume slider. The back of the system, here, power supply, card slot, almost about the exact same positioning, just about. Alright. This actually is an IR port apparently. Oh, the machine is actually still on. Apparently closing the lid does not turn it off. I actually turned the camera on by accident. Oh well. Well, leave that alone for now. On the side we have a wireless slider for on-off, and over here was the power slider for the original one. Now you can see the 3D slider on the side here. Now, on the front part of it, obviously they did away with the old stock cartridge bay. So you no longer see the cartridge bay on the new one. They stuck the headphone jack in the smack in the middle of this device on the 3DS versus the older one on the side. And of course the old DS Lite had the front slider for the volume on the front. Now let's just do a comparison with the XL just to kind of give a basis here. Let's see. So the power supply is the same actually for the XL as the 3DS, which is kind of nice. So at least you have a more modern gen game handheld here. You can actually swap the interchange the power supplies. The interesting, the stylus for this one on the 3DS is on the back. I'm not very fond of the positioning of the stylus though. It winds up being harder to reach, from my opinion. Side of the XL, obviously, you got the SD card slot here, and here's a stylus for the XL. Front, we have the microphone jack on the side, and of course the The XL does not have the old style game slot either. The The one thing, obviously, with the what you'll see here is that the volume slider for the 3DS is here. The XL had buttons, which I'm not very fond of, because you really can't quite get a fine-grained feel for control for the volume with these buttons. And so it's that. So for fun, this is how it compares to my iPhone 3GS. Now, the screen, obviously, it's actually interesting to note that the top screen is almost as large as the 3GS screen. So that's interesting to compare. Overall, the 3D games that my son picked up were Star Wars, Lego Star Wars, the Clone Wars 3, and a Tom Clancy real-time strategy game. In general, it's the 3D is actually nifty. It is kind of a little on the gimmicky side, but I think it makes it an interesting, very unique experience. Is it worth the price? Through $250 versus buying one of these guys? The jury's still kind of out. I think the games that are available for the 3DS are kind of lacking for a launch title series. Nothing really major came out. I guess if you're a Street Fighter fan, it's definitely might be worthwhile, but you probably get more bang for your buck for one of with an XL, because this guy runs for about 180, and you have the access to the entire library of games on a much larger screen. So there you have it. Initial just hardware review of the 3DS versus some of its older kin. Thanks for watching.